It was raining again, of course it was. It always rained on Tuesdays. Mr. Grumble, a man as cheerful as a soggy doormat, sat on his favorite bench in the park, arms crossed, a yellow raincoat zipped up to his chin, and a permanent frown plastered on his face. If you looked closely, you could swear he had been born frowning. Nobody talked to him. Nobody wanted to talk to him. And that was just how Mr. Grumble liked it. He liked silence. He liked pigeons from a distance, and he liked yelling at squirrels. But more than anything, he liked being left alone. And that's when Leonard showed up. Leonard was a cat, or at least, that's what Mr. Grumble thought at first. He had slick black fur, wore a red collar, and most peculiarly had on a pair of tiny sunglasses. That should have been the first clue. But Mr. Grumble, at the time, thought, bloody hipster kids putting sunglasses on cats now. Leonard walked right up to Mr. Grumble's bench, hopped up beside him, and sat like he owned the place. Grumble looked at him. Leonard looked back. And then, in a voice smooth as jazz and twice as smug, Leonard said, "Nice raincoat, Banana Man." Mr. Grumble nearly fell off the bench. You talked," he shouted, staring wide-eyed at the cat. Leonard yawned. "And you're loud. We all have flaws." Now, Mr. Grumble wasn't a believer in much. He didn't believe in ghosts, horoscopes, or coupons. But he especially didn't believe in talking animals. He stood up, pointed, and yelled, "You're not real. You're a trick. One of those YouTube prank things. I'm being filmed, aren't I? Come out with your little drone camera." Leonard licked his paw. "If I were a prank, do you think I'd be hanging out with you?" Mr. Grumble stomped away, muttering about hallucinations and bad cheese. But the next day, because it was Wednesday, and Wednesday was park bench day, he came back. And so did Leonard, every day for a week. The cat came back. Every day he had something to say, and every day Mr. Grumble tried to get rid of him. He brought a spray bottle. Leonard drank from it like it was champagne. He played bagpipe music. Leonard danced. Badly dot. He brought a dog. Leonard made the dog cry. "You're cursed," Grumble muttered, on day 11. "That's it. You're some kind of cursed feline freak." Leonard stretched, maybe. "Or maybe you're just lonely, old man." Mr. Grumble stiffened. "Not lonely," he said sharply. "I enjoy my own company." Leonard raised an eyebrows. "Cats can do that, sure, and I enjoy being mistaken for a raccoon. We all lie to ourselves." But as annoying as the cat was, Mr. Grumble didn't tell him to stop coming. Not anymore, because for the first time in years, the bench didn't feel so empty, turns out. Leonard had stories, wild stories. He once claimed he escaped a magician's hat. He swore he beat a hawk in a staring contest, and apparently he had once dated a parrot. Didn't work out. She was too clingy, he said. Always repeating herself. Mr. Grumble would scoff, but secretly he started to wait for Leonard. He even brought an extra sandwich, just in case. "I don't like you," he'd remind Leonard every other hour. Mutual. Leonard would purr. "You smell like mothballs and regret." But one day, out of nowhere, Leonard asked, "Do you miss her?" Grumble froze. He didn't ask who. He didn't have to. He stared at the puddles under his feet, and his voice came out rough, like gravel. "Not your business." Leonard didn't press dot. The silence between them was different that day. Not empty, just respectful that night. Mr. Grumble didn't sleep much. He hadn't spoken about her in years. Not since Martha passed. She loved cats, always wanted one, but Mr. Grumble had said no. Allergies, he claimed. But truthfully, he just didn't want to share her love. Now, here he was, 10 years later, with a sarcastic, sunglass-wearing cat who'd made himself right at home. Fate, apparently, had a sense of humor. Time passed, weeks blurred into months. Grumble laughed more, not loudly, never publicly. But still he laughed. He even yelled at fewer squirrels. One day, Leonard brought a mouse. Dead. Grumble gagged. Why? Leonard shrugged. It's how I say thanks. Grumble buried it in the garden. Next time, say it with flowers. But the rhythm was set. Grumble on the left side of the bench, Leonard on the right. Rain or shine, until the Tuesday Leonard didn't come. Grumble waited and waited. He checked the bushes, the alley, the rooftops. No Leonard. He told himself it was fine. Cats wander. Maybe he found someone else to torment. But by Friday, he sat on the bench and whispered to no one, "You win. I miss you, you furry freak." And then he saw it. On the bench beside him, a photo, old, weather-worn. A young woman smiling, holding a very familiar black cat in her lap. Leonard on the back. Take care of him. He's grumpier than you. M. Grumble's hands trembled. Martha. It had to be. He stared at the photo for what felt like hours, and then, just as the sun dipped below the trees, Leonard appeared. Just strolled up like he'd been on a coffee run. "Miss me," he said, hopping up beside him. "You? How did you know her?" Grumble asked, voice thin. Leonard looked away. "She used to feed me, talk to me, before she got sick. When she stopped coming, I waited. For years. Then I found you. Smelled like her. Looked just as angry at the world." Grumble wiped his eyes. "She always said cats knew things." Leonard nodded. "We do. But we keep it to ourselves. Makes us mysterious." They sat in silence again. The rain returned, soft and forgiving. Leonard curled up beside him, and for the first time since Martha died, Mr. Grumble smiled. Not a smirk, not a snort, a real smile. "Hey, Leonard," he whispered. "Yeah, Banana Man, thanks for arguing with me." Leonard flicked his tail. "Any time, old man, just don't expect cuddles." They stayed like that until the streetlights flickered on to Grumps, one bench, and 1,000 unspoken words between them. Because sometimes the universe doesn't send people to heal you. Sometimes it sends a cat.